not my problem, bro.
But clearly,
is it my problem?
Let me ask
Once I've got it, is it my problem?
Let me ask you a question.
No. Ask yourself, is it my problem?
Wait.
You rally around. You will rally around. You will rally around. You will rally around. And you will also rally around.
What's going on? It's your boys at the In My Opinion podcast. We're back again.
Yeah.
New settings, new studio. Thought we'd try out a different venue. You know what I mean? What you man saying?
I think obviously what we're doing right now, just trying. Is that what we're doing?
We're just trying. Trying to see different feng shui.
Feng shui.
Nice how do you say? Aesthetics.
Different aesthetics. Obviously, we're in No Star Studios.
I think this just kind of shows me personally the level that we need to get to.
And I'm loving these mics. You know,
I like this for motivational purposes.
Yes, sir.
Trust me. But yeah, it's your boy Melinda the Fourth, aka Mrs. Sukali, aka the People's Champion, aka the Uganda Lion. Any more actors I've missed out?
I think that's about Beyonce. You don't add that.
Yeah. Hey man, to the left, man.
It's your boy DTM, aka Designated Driver. You already know.
Come on.
It's your boy Uzi, aka Igbo Boy Fresh to the Socks.
I thought you were an emo boy.
Uzoma.
I thought you were an emo boy.
You mean fresh to the jacket? That jacket there, yeah. That jacket there.
Jacket's looking cold. Looking like an iceberg over there.
Jeez.
Iceberg.
You know what this jacket reminds me? Both of you, man, remind me of you remember that Blue Control video with the Sean Paul?
Yeah.
What was that tune again? What's the name of that tune?
How's it go? Say you love me, but you're always there for me.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
Yeah. Hey, what's the chorus? What's it gonna be about, baby? I think crazy.
Oh yeah, I know that one.
You know that, you know.
The way you look was
all right.
He wasn't outside.
He wasn't outside, did it? He wasn't outside. He wasn't what's that? I'll be our Dolphin, or where was you?
I'm more Dolphin.
Yeah, that's where it was at.
Elementary school. Alright, no.
No, but you two, you two looking fly.
No, we're just feeling blue today. We're feeling blue.
Fly. Me, I'm my usual uniform. You know me.
I see with the Yeezys. But no, today's episode, I think it's going to be a good episode.
Yeah, man, they're cold.
What we're gonna get into now is talking about podcasting, man. Talking about
podcasting.
It's actually about time.
To start about how to start your own podcast. The challenges we faced.
I've been getting that asked a lot lately as well.
Exactly. So we'll just
especially after the last episode, innit?
Why? Oh, because of last episode was controversial. Last episode was controversial. But I think we need to tell the people, our journey though so far. Obviously, we've been in the podcast game almost a year.
Almost.
And we're just going to take a little checkpoint, let the people know how we're doing so far and our views on the game. So my the first note I had here was basically, how did we get started? And I think the story should come from you two.
I think it comes from my man in the middle still.
Who,
me?
Can someone tell the story, please?
Oh, okay, I'll tell it. Cool. Obviously, it's literally we started this during the lockdown.
The first lockdown.
That was the first lockdown. It's actually crazy how it happened, right? Because we worked together before. We'd done Carpool Combo, and we had good chemistry in that one. Ended, sadly. And obviously, even after the craziest thing about Carpool Combo, we didn't know how well we was going.
We were ahead of our time.
That's what I'm saying. We didn't know.
People are doing that now, innit?
Yeah, because basically what Carpool Combo was. Some people don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's a show that we had with one of our bedrooms, Letitia. It's a Snapchat. It was a Snapchat series where we would just drive around, just talking about random topics. We had a few guests on there. I remember we had Double S on there and stuff like that. And we just talk about everything. And now, since we've done it, since we stopped, unfortunately, a lot of people have been doing it.
On there. Oh my days!
Yeah, a lot of people have been doing it, man. So we were ahead of our time there with the whole carpooling, talking. Do you know what I mean?
Oh man!
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and then obviously when that ended, obviously we had good chemistry on that. But anyways, so during lockdown, the first lockdown, furloughed, pretty much most people was at home doing nothing, with thinking what's going on. And then the George Floyd situation happened, and there's a lot of injustice going on. There's a lot of riot. a lot of protest and all of that stuff. And within that, I thought, you know what, we needed something to. I felt like I wanted to do something. I felt like I wanted to play a part in our community and contribute in something. And I thought, okay, what can I do and how can I do that? And I thought, you know what, using my platform, wherever I have my resources, my guys, people around me, and let's start a podcast where we can actually put out positive messages out there. use our experience to, you know, give people some of our experiences, share knowledge and all of that stuff, and obviously learn from people. I know, you know, because you look at social media. For me, anyways, I've always believed like a lot of social media does play a part. There's a good aspect of social media, but I also feel like so there are certain negatives, quite a lot actually, especially a lot of the generation that's following us are being influenced by it. And I feel like there's not enough, it's not very balanced. If you look at social media, a lot of the information you get out there is not very balanced. I don't feel like it is. And I feel like there could be more positive contents out there.
So you feel like we're saving the world? Is that what you're saying?
That's what I feel like. Well, I mean, now I feel like we are doing that.
If I'm Batman, who's Robin?
If you want,
you ain't Batman, nigga. Yeah, you might need to X that out actually, but you ain't Batman. But yeah, but the point I'm making.
Okay, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah,
I feel like you're giving us the whole thesis of what.
No, because I'm trying to. You know, you lot should know how I am anyway. I'm trying to give people the literally what goes on behind the brain,
dissertation.
The whole exactly. But anyways, skipping forward, this guy that rushing me now. But anyways,
like. Can we talk about, okay, so you started it. How did I get involved?
Let me skip. So, yeah, so boom. So I thought, yeah, but let's start a podcast. I shouted at Uzi originally because I was like, look.
I wasn't included in the original lineup.
He was, Sukali was not even in the pictures. I thought, look, I started with Uzi because you're a very busy guy.
Wow.
And I thought, you are. I mean,
that's the real.
Wow, that's the real. So I thought,
it's hard to get hold of.
Wow, so look, he now talks.
I'm telling you the
Mr. Silent over there.
I don't know this team.
But I just hope the viewers can see you see how I'm sitting. This is real life. It's them two always together. Me, the Ugandan. I'm left in the cold. I'm very cold right now.
It's not sitting together.
That's why my jacket's on. I'm
sitting next to you. I'm sitting on the same
because
sofa
I'm cold.
as you.
I'm cold.
Wow.
But you still can't bear to be next to me. You want to be next to your Nigerian brother. But it's okay.
Beyonce, you can't please Beyonce, can you?
And all the guests we've had thus far are Ugandans.
Exactly.
Wow.
Oh, that's a good one.
Wow.
No,
is that where we're going?
Okay, wait, guys.
No, but do you see?
It's not politics.
Do you see how the podcast almost ended? Do you see how the podcast almost ended?
Trying to create.
This is what this is the reason why we're talking about this.
Why don't you bring Nigerian guests, fam?
Who, me?
Yeah, exactly.
We're just letting you be the Beyonce.
You see?
Because Sukali will say if we don't let him have his way, he can't function. So we have to give him all the perks.
He needs certain mantras in his chakra.
And his chakras.
If you guys don't see me in the next episode, you know why. That's all I'm going to say.
Anyway,
apologies in advance.
Apologies in advance. Thank you. Can I proceed now?
Go on, man.
Proceed.
So obviously I hollered at, okay, who's around me that I feel like-minded, might be on the same thing, and I felt I had a vision. Okay, let's do it. So I reached out to Uzi. Uzi was like, "Yo," I told him an idea. Like, that's a dope idea. Blah blah. So we had I think we had 1 or 2 runs. We had one run, like a little sample run, and it felt like something was missing. But I don't know where you. I'm gonna get to it, bro.
The man wants to be incognito.
No runs without me, fam.
No, yours was different. You tried to propose something differently. Oh, you forgot that. Yeah, remember that. Thank you. So we had a test run, and we felt like obviously something missing, like, you know what I mean. And it's crazy because we were sitting in Uzi's yard in the kitchen, and we was talking about how we can bring the missing puzzle, and we were just thinking, and it just clicked to both of us at the same time. But bro, let's shout out Sukali, bro. Like, let's see what he's on. And it's funny because it just, to me, it was meant to be, because when we called you that day, you was like, bro, I was just talking to you. Was like, I was just talking to my cousin last night that I need to get back into the
content creating,
and everything just kind of fell into place. We told you that idea, and he was automatically on board straight. We're like, look, that's a good idea. I've been thinking of doing this anyways. Let's go. And now we're in my opinion, podcast.
So basically, I was the cherry on top.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. There you go. Looking.
Uzi, why do you hate me, bro?
I don't hate
why do you hate me, bro? Why do you hate me? Let's talk about it.
Oh my days.
Let me tell you something.
The man said hate is a very strong word.
Very strong word.
Let me tell you something. Being on this podcast, and for everyone that's trying to start a podcast, surviving in my opinion. Real talk, it's made me realize why boy bands break up, bro. It's never because they fall out. Nah, it's just communication.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope we broke it up like 10 times.
Yeah.
No, you broke up.
Wow. See?
You tried
so you guys stayed together?
No. That's just, wait. This is true though.
Okay.
Uzi ain't going nowhere. I know he's a madman. And I'm loyal to the soil. I know he ain't going nowhere.
So I'm not loyal.
Let me tell you something. You're not a madman, but I don't know if
you can't
can leave us. Yeah.
Wow. Basically, from what I'm hearing is I would advise if you're gonna start a podcast, start with people that you're actually friends with. Because if you're not, it will be difficult when the challenges come. No.
Wait.
No, I'm giving people the advice that if we weren't friends, we probably wouldn't be able to get over our hurdles.
Yeah, okay.
We wouldn't be able to get
I was
over.
about to off my jacket now. I lock off.
Everything lock off.
Before it started.
But I feel like when you're working in a professional relationship and communication does become difficult, the friendship is what comes in.
Yeah, if we definitely wasn't friends, I would have handed in my notice.
Exactly, long time ago.
I would have just said bye.
Okay, while we're on that, Uzi, tell us about the challenges we faced on the podcast so far. Yeah, let's talk about the challenges. Well, okay, let's get the elephant out of the room. All right, guys, the real reason why we're in No Star Studios is because we were supposed to have a guest.
And the guest never showed up.
Wait, let me land the plane. Let me land the plane. So
you know the guest is sitting there thinking.
If the guest is watching, the guest knows themselves. But the fact is, when we're having guests, we try to book a studio to give that professional outlook, so the guests know that we're serious, right?
Yes, sir.
So we booked this studio, which is amazing, by the way. Shout out No Star.
Amazing.
Unfortunately, the guest didn't turn up, so we've had to just. On the
improvise.
We had to improvise.
We had to improvise.
You see the guest. How do you sleep at night?
When you don't even fight for
How do you sleep at night?
J Husby.
Yeah. But real talk, like we've been in the game a while, so we've managed to improvise and just change topics, talk about something new, and this is something we want to touch on anyway. So I say one of the challenges we've had as podcasters is every now and then you want to get a guest on, you know what I'm saying, to get a different
especially when you're going to talk about certain topics.
Yeah,
it hits
when
different you actually have someone to talk about. Exactly, yeah.
So I think one of the main challenges as podcasters is how do you get guests on that have a following, do you know what I'm saying, because obviously you want to bring traction to your podcast.
Yes, sir.
And I feel
without them feeling like you want to gain something from them, which is understandable and not understandable at the same time. Do you know what I mean?
I'll tell you something about me, right? Maybe just the way I was raised and whatever it was, innit? I'm not having shots on nobody or whatever it is, but for me, no, I'm being real, yeah. Just for me, it's just like, bro, like, I get it. If I went through whatever to get to where I am and all of that stuff, I might have a chip on my shoulder, whatever it is. You might feel like everyone just want to use you for whatever. That's cool, but guess what? When people reach out to you, it's okay to say no. It's okay to say, nah, I'm not on that. Because we did reach out to somebody else as well. It's like, nah, this ain't for me, right? We did try to reach out to a female who said, nah, this ain't for me. And that's okay to do that, then we can move on. But again, one thing I understand as a man, yeah, you only have but so much. The money gets taken away. Everything gets taken away. Your word. If man can't rely on your word, I don't know. So for me, I was raised that way. If I say somebody,
your word is your bond, innit?
That's what I'm saying. If I say I'm gonna do something, I don't care however much of inconvenience it is for me, I'll do it. That's me in it personally.
It's the ideal world, innit?
So yeah,
you know what it is here? What I think, what I've realized is, I think when you put certain people in certain position, it actually brings out who they are. You know what I'm saying?
It amplifies it, yeah.
Yeah. Like me, I'm the kind of guy, like wherever I go from now till tomorrow, I'm still gonna be the same guy.
Yes, sir.
Like if I see something that again, like you were saying, you can reach out to people and they might just feel like, okay, it's not for me, innit? That's all well and good. Because not everything's gonna be for you, innit? It's your brand. It might not be in line with what you're trying to do.
Yes, sir.
That's okay. But like he was saying, if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. You understand? And if I can't do it, I will tell you from the get-go, like, nah, like, I can't do it, innit? At least people know where they stand, innit, in that aspect, innit? You can't give people your word and then they try to like make plans based on like conversations they've had with you, innit? Do you know what I'm saying to you? And then you just don't show up. or you do things like that. Do you know what I'm saying to you? So
but again, what people say is the game.
It's the game.
So this is my thing, right? I think I agree. I think I echo everything you lot have said. So I don't really want to repeat it. I think in the UK we have an issue where people just don't like to help people. Do you know what I mean? And everyone does look at it like, okay, you man want me to come on your podcast. What am I going to gain? Because, I feel
but
like...
you're allowed to ask for what you want.
No, facts. But
if you want to get paid
what I'm saying...
Say it, innit?
No, what I'm saying is a lot of people, it's not even about money. Sometimes they just don't rate your thing. Especially the fact... Look at us. We're a podcast 10 months old. Maybe some people just looking at the podcast like, what? You lot ain't got 10,000 followers or you lot ain't got 100,000 views. So therefore... I'm not going to rate you like that. Yeah, I'm going to come and do your podcast, but if I'm late, I don't mind. Whereas if, let's say, they were invited to Vlad or they were invited to Joe Budden podcast, they wouldn't be late. They'll probably even be on time helping the man set up the studio. Because 100%. That's how much they rate his thing. And I think that's the problem with the UK. We don't support each other for what it is. We support each other based on what can I gain. That's the issue. It's not even always about payment, bro. Because I guarantee this guest that we had, we might have even told him, we'll pay you 2 bills, and he still wouldn't have that thing. Exactly. The person will still feel like they're doing us a favor, even though they're getting paid for it. I think it's a mentality thing, like producer said.
Where do we? Where do you go from there? Then,
so that's the advice I wanted to give.
Let's just put it straight. The UK is fake.
No, I don't want to say
UK,
fake.
The UK is fake.
I don't think.
His production manager, by the way.
I don't.
This really hits him today. So production manager never really talk like that, but today.
I think in the UK we've got this attitude, and I felt it a million times. And I felt.
Wait, are they going to be able to hear him?
No, it's cool. Don't mind.
I felt it in fields that I'm not supposed to feel it in, where people are supposed to have a certain mindset where we should support each other. Say like a conscious thing. People still have this same British energy, which is like stock up. Oh, chin up. Oh, till it becomes a hype.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
It becomes a hype. Everyone wants to jump on it.
This is what I'm saying.
It was there from the start. Oh, you can't tell me about that. I knew about them man from back in the day. But in the start, they don't want to say.
This is what I'm
You know what the problem is, yeah? You know what?
No, I think what I want to ride on, yeah. Sorry to cut you off, again, going back to where your question, your actual question, because I don't think we've addressed it, and I think that's a very, very key question in terms of like where do we go from here? Because anyone that's starting a podcast or anything of this sort of similarities, whatever, you're gonna face these type of problems. This is not the first time we're doing it, but what you got to understand is, again, what your foundation is key. What you built your foundation on. What's your podcast based on? What are your morals, your values, and everything like that. And I think with that being said, regardless of people turning you down, people trying to, doing stuff that where they say, you're gonna get people, they're gonna say, yeah, we're gonna do something for you, we're gonna do this, even charge you, even you pay them, and they still don't turn up. You will get that. But the question is, what are you gonna do?
And this is what I wanted to get into now, is what advice do we give to people starting a podcast? Because everyone's going to face this at some point. You're going to
100%.
You're going to get into production issues. Sometimes the person might not even mean to turn up late. So maybe something can happen. What do we advise people?
But you know what the problem is, yeah? Again, yeah?
It's exactly what we're doing.
All right, let me say something, yeah? Maybe a lot of people might not know, yeah? At some point, me and him were artists, innit? Yeah? And that's what I'm saying, yeah? You see this whole
Say
podcast...
my name, man. You say him.
No. DT, yeah? What I think is, yeah, you got to realise, yeah, man's not new to this field, innit? Or this industry, innit? Man knows, like, I've been around people that thought they were the ish.
Yes, sir.
Mad, yeah? I'm not going to name it, they know who they are.
Yes, sir.
I was around them, like, when all these things were popping, innit? And it was a thing where, even back then, man's like, yeah, like, let's do a thing together, like a song together, yeah? But...
The man tell you, send it over.
My man won't do it, but we was meant to be cool. You understand, yeah? And what I think from that situation, what I realised, yeah, is the man felt threatened, yeah? And that's the issue that a lot of people have, yeah? Which is threatened, yeah? People think, yeah, because I've been doing something for 10 years, I'm the one that must blow. No. And it's like, the way I see life, yeah, is, yeah, whether... I've been doing something for 5 years. Somebody can come within like 2 weeks and just pop off before me. But what I always try to tell myself is, we're all brethren. If he wins, we win. It doesn't matter. You understand? If I call you my friend anyways, innit? But what I feel like a lot of people don't realise is, yeah, it's not... Like, what doesn't get you far is your personality. It's not what you think you got. yeah, you can have the maddest talent, yeah, but if your personality stinks, yeah, like horse manure, yeah, you're not going nowhere. And I've seen it. And you know what I find it so funny, yeah? This is what I find it so funny, yeah? Growing up, yeah, when man was like in the ends, like in terms of you talking about like driving and doing certain things, yeah, one of the first people that started doing that. But one thing I never done was look down on someone else that wasn't driving. You understand? Because I'm like, again, you never know tomorrow. And what I've realized a lot, yeah, with people that think, okay, cool, I'm the ish now, so I'm in the right. Bruv, you will come down. I've seen it happen a lot. Man, we're here and end up here. And then when they end up here, no one's got them. And then they start coming with this. It's just like,
I just genuinely think
man.
The key for like the people out there starting podcasts or whatever, you again, either the people that you already got a podcast going and you've already experienced this and maybe you're feeling a bit demoralized, you're feeling a bit
keep
like,
going,
this is
man.
long, keep going. Or people that are looking to start a podcast, you are going to go through stuff like this but the most important part is that your team, just make sure your core is strong and you are able to bounce back. Because for us, either our guests come or not come, or they show up and they don't show up. The show goes on for us.
We're still recording.
We still recording. We still keep going.
Yeah.
We always have a backup plan. Again, that's
always
important.
have a plan B.
You have a plan A, B, C, D, whatever you want. So because you will face a lot of obstacles and you need to always have a plan.
And also, yeah, another part where I feel like we've not touched on, yeah, again, because we could talk about this part of the stuff in it, yeah, but the part we cannot miss, yeah, is the monetary side of things, innit? Yeah, let's be real. We've seen a lot of podcasts start and fail, yeah, and I'll say it to the viewers, yeah. One thing I know personally that's keeping us going is, yeah, we've got everything in-house.
Okay.
Because really and truly, if we had to pay on a weekly basis or like a monthly basis for what we're putting out, I couldn't afford it. This definitely will not be going on for this long. Personally, that's what I'm saying. That's the rule.
So the advice you're giving, if you can...
Either you have the monetary aspect to do it, yeah, because it can get expensive, yeah?
Okay.
Or you have to... Okay,
No, let me break it down. If we're being real...
Sound...
I know one thing I didn't even go into before, obviously, how the
Part
how
of,
this
yeah,
podcast
was
got
we
started.
had certain things that was going to give it longevity.
I did tell you lot how this podcast got started and all of that. So what started this podcast and all of that. But one part I didn't reach out to. Uzi does all our videos.
Yeah, so Uzi does the editing.
Yeah, all of that stuff. And it does all the editing and everything.
Yeah.
Prior to starting this podcast, he did not know what it was like to record
Or
with
edit,
a camera or edit or nothing
or
like that.
YouTube
so
and whatever.
He learned all of that from when we started this podcast.
Facts,
And
yeah.
if you guys go back to the start of our thing, we was recording off of this phone. So you can see the progress and all of that. And he learned all of this within that 1 year. And
now we've got 2 cameras and that we're panning, you know.
And for me, with the audio side,
panning.
Collect your own credit. King of thumbnail.
We're going around. We're
King
going
of
round,
thumbnail.
Bro, you're talking a lot today, you know. I'm not gonna lie, producer's talking a lot today.
You should have put the mic backwards and have this mic in it.
I'm not saying that. I'm just observing.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to observe.
Hey, don't body him, man.
Oh
Don't
my
body him.
God.
But hey, don't body him. But let's and then me, obviously, from back in the days when we started music, when I was getting into music, I mean, when I was still in uni, about 10, 15 years ago, I literally
10, 15 years ago.
I don't know why I said 10, 15 years ago. I'm sorry.
Maybe like 5, 6, 7
But
years
we're gonna
ago.
make people think we're like how old?
I graduated uni. Wait, I graduated uni. I did that to myself. I don't know why. I graduated in 2012. Now, I graduated in 2012, so I'm trying 8 years ago. So 8 years ago. But while I was in uni, though, so that's about 10 years. I was about 10 years ago. So when I started uni and I got into music, I literally took my first maintenance student loan money. Literally, I bought equipment, everything. I just got into music stuff. I bought my MacBook. I bought all this equipment. Yeah, so I literally taught myself how to mix and master and how to do all of that stuff. So I already had that experience, but I stopped for a very long time. So when we started back up the pod, I literally started back everything again.
So
there you go. Then you got the king of marketing, thumbnail, production, all of that's putting all this stuff that we do behind the scenes to put it out there. No, not production. I'm talking about the man that puts all these things that we do behind the scenes out there to you guys. And obviously that's what you got Sakali. I don't know if you want to talk about it. The distributor.
He's feeling more Ebony Black.
The distributor.
Can I tell you something?
Distro.
Can I tell you something?
Ebony Black.
What makes me laugh about D is he 1 + 1, but DT can be like 0.25 plus 0.25. I keep adding till it gets to 2. And it's just like, bro, just say 1 + 1.
That's me. That's me, bro.
I love it though. I love it. Okay, but now real talk. What DT said is so key here, man. Is the fact that what's brought us longevity is the fact that we've managed to do everything in house. We got our own producer. We got our sound guy. We got our video guy. We got marketing. So that's helped us.
You guys give an idea of how much that's probably saving you guys.
All right, so you talking about
what we could talk about is when before, in my opinion, we actually had another podcast with more of our friends. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
we flipping did 5-2.
Exactly, 5-2.
We tried 5-2 podcasts, about 5-6 people.
That was 5-6 people, and I believe
Crossroad podcast we tried.
2 hours studio time was about £70.
No. So you're looking at 25 an hour.
25 an hour.
Let's just say 25 an hour for studio session. Yeah.
So that's 2 hours.
Obviously, that comes with recording that with the equipment,
but not mixing. Mastering, mixing.
Not mixing. They just give you your audio.
Of course.
Yeah.
So mixing.
What the mixing?
Yeah.
I mean, generally depends. So most engineers will charge you per hour,
okay,
and they will normally charge you like £20 per hour just to mix. So if you know
£90,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, let's just say 100.
Video editing.
So video editing, yeah. So you're talking about. Remember, also we've missed that.
Yeah.
We've spent a lot of money buying the equipment as well. Yeah.
Okay, but just say how much would it cost?
Okay, so you're talking about. If they're providing you with a camera, sometimes it come with it, or that's probably an extra £50 for the camera.
Yeah, that's true.
Then
so that's
someone's
140.
probably gonna charge you. Me, anyways, I charge, but I'm probably on the low end. You say 50 an hour for editing.
That's 2 hours. So that's on 240 now.
Yeah. The podcast probably.
How much was your mixing?
Sorry, my mixing.
Yeah,
engineer. Charge about £20 an hour.
£20.
Okay, let's just say all in all, an episode is gonna cost you about £300.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about it, but bearing in mind, from my editing, £20. That's like I'm talking about. This is the low.
No, yeah, but we're giving them. We're giving them.
Let's just give them the low end.
So,
so an episode.
I'd say about an episode about £300 just for an episode. Do you know what I mean?
And that's.
I mean, thumbnails. I'd probably take. No. Probably like maybe like a
marketing part is that's a different ball game.
Like I don't believe every podcast needs marketing, but if you're gonna do it, I'd say you need at least a bill 50 if you're gonna do marketing. So about 5 bills an episode.
Yeah,
roughly about 5 bills an episode.
We definitely couldn't afford that.
But bearing in mind though, so now I think going back to your question, Uzi. Now, yeah, I mean what you mentioned earlier on, Uzi. Though, but I just genuinely believe. Don't get me wrong. You will have to spend money. There's no way around that. Don't get me exactly. We still spend money.
Still spend money.
However,
but we've saved some costs.
We've saved a lot of the reoccurring costs. So you really. So again, I'm always a believer of like, look, if you can afford to get a lump sum, buy all the equipment, everything you need, teach yourself, it will save you a lot of money in the long run. So we bought cameras, lenses. Bought laptops. Uzi bought his MacBook Pro. I bought MacBook Pro. Everything. So
Photoshop subscription, everything.
Photoshop subscription.
But then on top of that, I think it's also a thing of like
all of that.
I've heard podcasts out there, and the quality is just the sound quality is not up to par. And you got to know that if you want to do a podcast, because
sound is very much
sound is very important.
Should I tell you why they're not up to par? Because a lot of people, what they do, they go to the for example, like what we're doing, they book a studio. And then, because obviously all of this stuff, it comes with your session that you paid for. So when you finish recording, they bounce it out and give it to you, right? So a lot of people don't know what to do with that after.
Yeah.
So they just take that and throw that out there.
Yeah.
So that's why the quality is a bit.
So that's why I would say if you're starting your own podcast, invest in good quality engineering. Do you know what I'm saying? If you can't learn it, definitely invest in a good engineer that can mix your sound properly. Because quickly? Go ahead.
Can I do it? By the way, so obviously for people that have the startup cost and all of that stuff, we are offering services, HomePod. So wherever you are, as long as you have your location, we come to you, set everything all up, and then we record, edit, and everything at a very, like we said,
affordable price.
Low end.
But good quality. So
video, whatever
audio, video, everything.
Thumbnail, anything.
Thumbnails. So yeah, what I would advise
management
is,
if you want to.
what I would advise is definitely invest in good quality, because if you want longevity in this thing, like I said, the podcast market is quite saturated. There's a lot of podcasts. There's space for everybody. But if you want to stand out,
it's still a growing market.
You need to have good quality, and I would definitely say it starts with the sound. You know what I'm saying? Have good quality sound. Then number 2, I'd say marketing. A lot of people think just because them and their friends are funny in a group chat, they can bring
it to a pod.
You know, they can bring it to a podcast.
That's how it all starts.
No, but I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it. But what I'm saying is, just because you and your people think you're funny, you still need to be found.
Yes, sir.
You need to have a marketing budget.
You need to find your audience. You need to find the audience.
You just show the world that we're out there. So either you're marketing yourself via Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, YouTube, but you have a marketing budget so people that are not in your circle, because trust me, your circle will find you funny because they've tolerated you for however many years. But
you have a rapport with them.
Yeah, I mean, you have a rapport, but can other people find you as relatable and as funny? So to test that theory, you got to put yourself out there. So market yourself with ads on Instagram, like I said, all those social media websites. Otherwise, it will just be you and your fellow.
That's true. I've witnessed it firsthand. You guys find me funny, but made you think.
They roasted him. When he was Made You Think, it was a bad thing. They didn't find it. They actually found him very.
I would obviously say you got to be thick-skinned.
Yeah, got to be thick-skinned. Once you put yourself out there, you have to be willing to be critiqued. You know what I mean?
You're out there.
And I would also say, don't follow views so much, because when we started out, we used to get like 100 views in a week. And I remember looking at that like, damn.
But you know what's crazy? I never looked at it.
You never looked
at it?
Shall
I tell you the reason why?
One day.
Because I just focused my mind on, because I knew that was going to cut. I knew that it was going to be like that anyways. So my mindset was just focused on how are we having fun while we're doing it.
Okay.
We was having a lot of fun doing this. So my focus was mainly on that. I was looking forward to our next episode. When are we going to record next? So I was enjoying it. So for me, I didn't care about exactly.
So would you say people shouldn't watch the views or subscribers?
Yeah, no, forget about the views. Focus on the chemistry you have with your co-host. If you're doing it by yourself or other people, focus on that and the content you're putting out there. Try and put out A1 quality. And once you do that and consistency, those stuff follows after.
And be
views,
genuine as well.
Be
because
genuine.
A lot of people come on this thing and they cap in it. Do you know what I mean? And you can tell when someone's capping.
There you go.
But you see us, we're real. That's why Man got slated and Made You Think, because he's a realist.
He's a realist, yeah, man.
He ain't getting funeral insurance.
And it's only a matter of time well, listen.
He ain't getting funeral insurance.
Social media will catch you out.
And he said, what, POS?
POS machine
at birthdays. You're not paying for anybody.
I thought that was so funny, bro. I almost pissed myself.
No,
but then he was getting slewed and Made You Think for it.
But he was being real.
That was hilarious.
But he was being real. So you got to be real, be genuine. Another question I want to ask is, what would we do differently
in a pod?
Yeah, now we're 10, 11 months in. Looking back,
I got one. I think transparency. I think that might be one little part that I feel like we could have done better, which almost brought the demise to this podcast. This great thing we got going.
Yeah,
I think transparency is important, especially if you are podding with people that you're friends with first. I think it's important. If you're friends first, and then you started this, so essentially it's a business. You're going into a business venture. So I think it is important that you're transparent with each other. Let each other know every single thing that's going on. Yo, I'm doing this tomorrow. I'm going to go and do that. Communicate and transparency. I think that's one thing that stuck out to me. Obviously, where this is the first time for us that we've gone this far, and we have gotten through different roadblocks and we're learning through them, and obviously that's why we're sharing them with you guys. So,
that's your I think my one is respect everyone's position.
Oh yeah
that one, I can't stop seeing
he's stuck.
Respect. No, I'm here to respect every single person,
because you felt undervalued at one point.
Yeah, very undervalued.
I'll tell you what happened with Uzi, right?
Nothing happened with me.
No, I want to tell you what happened with Uzi. I think what's happened is, obviously, as you know, I'm probably the Beyonce of the group. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You are the Beyonce.
As you know, you are.
Allegedly.
We've given it to allegedly. You've owned it.
And I feel like Uzi for a while, I felt like the Michelle of the group. He felt like his vocals weren't getting put.
I'll take that.
He felt his vocals weren't getting put on the album.
I'll take that.
He felt like he wasn't getting writing credits. So, but it's valid. It's a valid point. Make sure everyone feels included and feels valued, and we apologize, Mr. Uzi, for
we apologize profusely.
You've started with your own big words now.
I'm learning from Sakali.
I think for me, I would say when we started, I told these guys we should use cameras. You know what I mean? 2 cameras, but apparently they wanted to use a mobile phone, so I just went with it.
No, no.
I'm just gonna put that out there.
I'll be real with you, look. I'll be real with you, look. My issue with Sakali is this, right?
Here we go.
No, listen. My issue with Sakali is this, right? He always has the vision. It's a bit of an issue, and also like I can say maybe like of admiration as well, because yes, he always has the vision, but I feel like he doesn't care about process.
Wow.
He wants us to be there, or he wants us to be in the limelight already. And I think that's where we clash a bit.
I believe in my team. I believe if I put a vision out there, my team can make it happen.
No,
that's the way I see.
Do you make it happen? Now
this team.
You're talking about having 2 cameras. But we don't have the budget for 2 cameras.
No. At the time we had 1 camera. We had a camera.
We had a phone.
Exactly. No, we had a camera, an SLR camera, bro.
Remember we started with a phone. We started with this phone.
Exactly, it wasn't cut in, but it was there.
Whose SLR camera?
I don't know whose it was, but it was there.
Okay, so did you have the extra batteries?
Now look at this.
Now we've upgraded.
Anyway, that's one thing. Number 2, what I do differently, I'd probably. So when you're looking for a podcast name, I'd say go out there and do your due diligence. Yeah, go out there.
Didn't do too bad.
No, I'm not saying we did too bad. I'm not. No. Listen, I'm not saying we did too bad. I can't remember. I'll never forget when he called me. I was like, "Yo, do you want to come on the podcast?" Like, what's the name? He goes, "In my opinion," I was like, "Yo, that is a sick name." You know what I'm telling you? I was like, so simple, but it's a sick name. And then what did I say? Then I said, "Are you sure no one else has that?" Listen, bro. Listen, my boy. Listen.
Go on.
He said, "No, I've checked. No one else has it." I went on Spotify. I see like 3 people. I was like, I went on Instagram. I see another 3. I'm like, I went on YouTube. There was better. I was like, damn. Make sure no one out there is using your brand.
Do you know how far I did my research back there when you asked me? My research was I went on
Google.
Instagram. No, I went on Instagram. Is the name available? Yes. Okay. Create. Facebook. Is it available? Okay. Create. And then it let me create everything.
Nah, you
so
gotta
I thought,
go
you know
deeper.
what? Clearly, we must be the only one. But then you went and did an extra search, and we did find out. But again, by God's grace, God said it was meant to be. So it worked out for us anyway.
It worked in our favor, yeah.
For people out there looking to start, like what Sakali just said, that is very, very key. Make sure you definitely, because that is essentially where your income stream is gonna come from that name. That's the main
unless
thing
it's a hobby
attached to you. Exactly.
If it's not a hobby and it's actually something that you're gonna do,
and you definitely have a vision for it, you have to do
diligence.
all of that stuff, and you need to pay the money, man. You can't. Again, like I think one part people gotta get out of it, this is not gonna be free. It's not gonna be.
And that's
cheap.
why I see a lot of people think they can do.
Yeah.
During lockdown, a lot of people started podcasts
Everybody,
using their
and who's there
iPhone,
now? But who's left now?
using their voice memo.
There you go. That's why
I've
you
seen
get
a lot of
people.
podcasts start and end, man, because
they're not there.
The monetary aspect of things is very expensive.
The monetary,
And
the time, all
yeah.
of that. And I think the one of the key thing, is also, other than the money and all of the timing and all of that stuff, is also the cohesiveness, right? Of the people. People don't tend to get along very well. There's always a clash ahead, and there's no chemistry and all of that stuff. And so that's something I feel like we've been even though we've had our ups and downs, but we've been managed
and
to,
not just that,
to
actually,
navigate
the way
that very well.
That's a good point you brought up. I think another thing is when you have a podcast, and let's say, so our podcast, obviously there's 3 of us, but we've got people behind the scenes as well. There's going to be a lot of opinions, especially we're men.
Yes,
so we've got egos, we've got pride, and like DT said, I'm a vision.
We got hair.
Like my man said, some of us are visionaries, some of us just do the doing. Do you know what I mean? So there's a lot of opinions in this circle, but one thing that we've managed to do is everybody's got their role. So in my department, you can come and bring your opinion, but I'll make the last decision.
Final decision.
Do you know what I mean? In his department, same. His department. So
what's my department, please?
You're the video guy, bro.
Yeah. Just video guy.
Yeah, video production. Video production.
What should we call you, sir?
I'm joking, man.
What should we call you? Oh, God, what should we call you? No, but you know what I mean? Like, don't think that because there's 10 of you, 5 of you, then everybody must be heard. No, everyone must have their role, and that person's responsible for making the final decision.
You can chip in.
Yeah, you can chip in, but just know.
But you know what the issue is with that, I feel like, and this is something I had to tell myself is, because everyone is giving money or putting money towards something doesn't mean everyone must have a decision making.
Oh yeah, that's very important.
I feel like once people feel like they're giving money, it's I'm paying money, so I have a right to speak.
Yeah.
That's where the cohesiveness.
I guess what you can say to that is again, you believing in believing in who you're putting to do what, so you understand
to do the best to do the job best to the best of their ability.
Facts.
Yeah.
Like, because if we have to listen to everyone's opinions, we'll never move forward. We'll never move forward. So that's a big shout there. Like, make sure everyone has their roles.
So basically, when you're picking somebody to go into this with, somebody to start this with, just make sure that this person is competent, is someone you can trust with whatever it is.
Facts.
So you're not second guessing or questioning them.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So
make sure you pick people that you know this person's going to be good in this department, that department. Don't just pick people for the sake of, because you'll be surprised that when push comes to shove and the challenges come, people are different, you know.
And that's where most podcasts crumble, fam, when they start, because you start to find out things as you're going along and you start hitting obstacles and you're like,
I think that's with everything.
Like some people can't stand they can't withstand the weather.
I think a lot of people find things as they go along, innit?
Yeah. Because we're learning, and by the way, we're only 10 months in. Yeah. So we're not saying we're the expert podcasters, but we're just giving you lot what we've learned so far. Do you know what I'm saying? So what do you lot think about the current podcast scene? What's the current podcast scene?
Uzi, do you want to take this one?
The current podcast scene? Just a lot of podcasts,
in London, should I say, yeah. Or England, sorry.
There's a lot of podcasts in it, but again, I watch selective few, but that's just about it.
And my question is, maybe I'm gonna ask myself a question.
What do you think of the current?
Thank you, because it's gonna be mad. I'm gonna ask it to myself and then answer. So my thing is this, right? Coming into the podcast, I was a little bit apprehensive. I was like, there's so many podcasts out there.
I was too.
And we already know the big podcasters that we have in the London scene or the England scene, shall we say. And you're thinking, bruv, how am I going to penetrate that market when these men have already, like, they've got the monopoly on it? Then
especially they all come in as well, sorry to cut you off, they come in as well with like names. A lot of people
got a name behind them. They've already got a following. Yeah. For us, nobody knows us.
From scratch. Nobody
knows us. So I was a bit apprehensive, but then I saw this tweet randomly and a guy said, Rihanna came into the makeup market where there was MAC, Maybelline, all these big other makeup brands. She
had a name already.
No, guys.
No. Let me land. Understand what he's saying.
Let me land, bro.
That gave you hope.
No, let him land, bro.
Okay, land.
You know it's all this shoot you're playing out the sky.
Saying. Yeah, please go on.
Listen, she came literally soldier. Draco.
Jamaican clap. We made this plane clap.
Literally. Guys.
I'm joking.
If you don't see me on this podcast next week,
go.
You know why? Now, Rihanna came into the makeup market. Yes, she had a brand name, but bruv, there's other people that have tried this makeup thing and it hasn't worked, even though they have a name behind them. Do you know what I mean? She's come in, she's managed to spot the gaps in the market, and now Fenty is what, $1 billion brand in makeup. Do you know what I mean? Even though there's many. So the way I saw it was, yes, I'm not saying I'm Rihanna, but yes, there's bare podcasters, but we are different. People love our opinions. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like, we could make it. So the way I look at the podcast scene is, though it's saturated, there's gaps for everybody. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, we're not really like they're here to talk and gossip about other stuff like that. We more want to educate people that when you've watched our episode.
That's what makes us different.
That's what makes us different. You would have learned something.
What you mentioned earlier on, Sakal, and that is be real.
Be real and find your USP.
Yeah.
What's your unique selling point? What's going to make you stand out from other podcasters? Mm-hmm. For us, it's the fact that I am the Ugandan lion and these two are the Nigerian.
Is that what our unique selling point is?
Nigerian.
That's what I'm saying. That ain't
Nigerian.
We don't have one.
You are the
You're the one that's trying to label us. I don't have no Nigerian nothing.
I'm joking.
That's what I'm saying. So,
guy, it was banter, bro.
I know it was banter. That's why I'm not trying.
But the fact is, we mix serious topics, but we bring it with a bit of humor.
Yes,
you know what I mean? It's not everyday serious.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? And that you leave. So make sure you find your USP if you're trying to start a podcast. Don't just come in and then just freestyle. You have to have what does your podcast stand for? Yeah,
that's one thing I made clear though. Remember when we was about to start this thing, I said I'm not talking about certain things.
I remember you did say that to me. Yeah, no, you did.
I'm not talking about relationships. I don't care for it. I'm not talking about this and that. I was on the tip of I'm coming here to pass on information
and
knowledge to someone else. If I'm not doing that, then I'm not really down for it.
And that is key.
Yeah.
And to me, that is key. If you're gonna start a podcast,
that's the purpose, isn't it?
There you go. Sit down and have a purpose. There you go. Yeah, sit down and have a purpose. Why are you starting this thing? What benefit do you actually think your podcast will serve to the community?
Yeah.
That's important. You don't just start it because you feel like you ain't got nothing to do. Everyone's doing it. Me and my boys, we're just chilling. Let's just fling on the microphone because that's what I'm seeing. No, what do you stand for? Who are you? What's your identity? What benefits are you to the community, to the people, everyone out there?
Yeah, what would make someone want to listen to you for an hour? An hour is a long time. Do you know what I mean?
An hour is a long time.
Do you know what I mean? So what are you bringing to the people then? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like when it comes to that situation of choosing your podcast, choose what you stand for, but you got to remember consistency. We don't release episodes every week. You know what I mean? As much as the people that love it, they say, yo, you lot should be more frequent. But we know we can't be consistent that way.
Yeah. We're starting with what works for us.
What works for us. Do you know what I mean? So we release every other week. So make sure when you're planning your schedule, whatever you are planning, just make sure you can be consistent with it. Don't try to force the whole weekly episode things because this podcast does it weekly.
Let me go and do it weekly.
Nah, pick the same day, the same time, so you can get people into a schedule of
and
learning.
they can, there you go. They can get into your routine. Yeah, they get used to your routine and all that stuff.
Okay, last thing. Like, what's your last one thing that you'd advise people before we wrap up?
Take this one.
Yeah, I've been taking a lot, man. My shoulder's hurting.
You take this one, Sakali, quickly.
I've been talking a lot, you know.
Okay.
One last thing that you haven't mentioned, I beg.
That I've not mentioned?
That you've not mentioned.
Oh, my goodness.
One thing for people to take away.
Yeah. Okay, I'll start,
Yeah, go on.
If your podcast is going to be visual, make sure you got the drips. Make sure you got it. You know what I mean?
That's very important.
Make sure you got it. Because then people got to buy into you.
Anyhow, bro.
Manager made sure.
You got
made sure. When we started, we was very casual.
Yeah, we were very casual. We were locked down. Manager was like, nah, you lot need to fix up. Like, make sure you when people, because the fact is, right, when you're watching someone, you want to buy into their personality. But if you don't look like what I want to be, I'm not going to be one of those fans that, I have to watch. But when people see like the way you look, they like the way your hair's done, they're like, okay, I like that jacket. You know what I mean? I want to be like him, so I want to listen to him. So yeah, make sure you're presentable. Make sure that you try to have some feng shui in your
if you have videos,
aesthetics. Some plants calm people. When they see a plant on the screen, it makes them very calm.
I'll catch you for one thing I'll just have to say is that, again, when I start a podcast, and I think based off what you just said now, and it's not just, when you think about podcast is audio based. So I don't want people to think, oh, yo, I gotta go and do video, audio, do the whole shebang. No, the audio aspect of it obviously is just to put the face to the people you're listening to, and it's just an added extra marketing sort of avenue. But ultimately, if you have a good idea, you have a great idea, you don't have enough money to do, you can start from audio. And audio is a lot cheaper to start with, then build from there. You know, eventually when you feel like, yo, I got something there, you got a bit more budget, then you can then progress into video. Right. So don't let it stop you because you feel like you can't do both at the start.
Yeah, start with audio.
Start first, start gradually, and then boom. And again, if you need advice, you're not sure how to start, you want to, reach out to us. We're here to help. That's why we started all of this. So we're here to help.
Yeah, we're not stuck up.
There you go. DM us and we'll be more than happy to help out.
We out here to collaborate with people.
Yeah.
They've said it all in here. I still keep repeating my point.
Oh my God.
Respect everybody's position.
Oh, we have heard.
He said something.
You lot have said everything.
No, but he said something that you ain't said. That's what you're asking you.
No, respect.
And on that note, we have come to the end. And on that note, we've come to the end of the episode. But guys, I hope we've given you some gems on how to start your own podcast. Yes, like I said, we're not professionals, but this is what we've learned on our journey.
And again,
so far.
Be a man of your word. If you say you're gonna do something, do it. I don't care who you are. You're not Bill Gates. You're not nobody. You're here, in it. Yeah, you know what I mean. So if
today it can be you, tomorrow it can be me.
There you go. It can be somebody again.
I love that. That's what you should have ended on.
I appreciate
today
that.
It can be you, tomorrow it can be me.
Facts. There you go. Facts. So remember how you treat people, man.
Never think it can't happen to you.
There you go.
So guys, please, thank you for supporting. Let us know what you think about the episode in the comments. Let us know any gems we've missed out. If you've got advice for us, if you're a sick podcaster and deciding we ain't doing right, give us your views in the comments.
We're not the smartest in the room.
Exactly. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Leave some comments. Like the thing. A lot of people forget to like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on In My Opinion Podcast UK, Instagram, on Facebook. It's the same thing. IMO Pod UK on Twitter. We are on Apple Podcasts. We are on Spotify. Catch us on there. And yeah, guys, continue to support the thing. We're your boys, and we're out. Peace.
Peace.